Hello, our esteemed viewers, and welcome to our top-notch education consultancy programs. We wish to invite you once more to our revision of programs that have been ongoing since the beginning of this term. Remember that at the end of this year, our candidates will be taking the KCSE examination, and therefore we need to prepare them well enough for the exam that is ahead of them. In our today's discussion, we will be talking about the Samaritan, but we want to do a very simple exercise that would aid in the interpretation of questions. This is what we call character tracking. Because remember, our candidates will be using the character to bring out the background information when they are giving the evidence for any question or task they shall have been given. So we want to do what I call the character tracking of the Samaritan by John Lara. The reason why we are doing this is because remember that quite a number of the illustrations that our students will be giving will come from these characters. So it is very imperative that they know much about these characters. We first want to begin with the character in the Samaritan called Inspector Bembe. I believe that we all know that he is the Inspector of Police in Maracas Municipality. We first meet Inspector Bembe when Mosi invites the officials of the municipality to his boardroom after the Samaritan slaughter. He was part of the delegation that took the mayor to the school during the launch of the app, which never was. But again, the first time that we meet Bembe and we meet him talking is when Mayor Mosi invites the officials of the municipality in his boardroom to discuss the onslaught of the Samaritan. Now, he tells the mayor during that meeting that the journalists should actually be threatened because they are the people who've been writing very damning information about the municipal officials. So for him, he feels that they should be threatened. And the mayor Mosi makes a joke that someone whose problem is always the nail actually thinks of the hammer as a solution. Now it is unfortunate that he is not even aware that there was a Samaritan in town at some point. He wonders who could be responsible for the information that is uploaded about his name, because he believes that he's been very discreet about his affairs when he was constructing the Madigo Golf Club and his home. So he feels that he's so discreet in his affairs that no one should be able to actually discover what he does. But that is very wrong. Now he feels that they need to ban the Samaritan up. There is need to pass a bylaw immediately so that they begin to make arrests for those people who have been posting or uploading information on the Samaritan app. So he says he has finished constructing Madigo Golf Club recently, and also he doesn't have the money if this thing is to be taken to the court. So he says that he's as broke as a church mouse. And therefore, if they were to be taken to court, they do not have the money to help himself out of the whole situation. He also suggests that they find some reasons of arresting Basdeo, Simwa and Ted before they begin the vote of no confidence on the mayor. Remember that Basdeo, Simwa and Ted are planning a vote of no confidence on the mayor. So Bembe feels that they should actually arrest these people before they begin the actions on the mayor. Now, further to that, he says that he will mobilize the ghetto boys and also some uncover, and he calls them the undercover police, to disrupt the meeting that is organized by Basdeo, Ted and Simwa to pass a vote of no confidence on the mayor. In fact, they hatched the plan also to accuse Madame Nicole of stealing the school furniture, the computer or the generator. So this is also part of his idea that if the worst come to the worst, they are going to accuse Nicole of stealing school furniture, computer, or even the generator. These are things that come directly from Inspector Bembe. He also suggests that they find some damning information about Jaden and have it uploaded on the Samaritan app if Jaden refuses to comply with them. Because remember that Jaden told them point blank that they cannot actually sprawl their dirty linens or what he calls the skeletons all over, and they expect him to help them out of their own created situations. So he feels that if the worst come to the worst, then they are going to hatch some damning information about Jaden so that Jaden plays ball. Now, he goes to Teacher Nicole's office to arrest Teacher Nicole. And the first thing that he asks Teacher Nicole is whether she has done what the mayor told her to do. Remember, the mayor had told Teacher Nicole to write a letter to the Ministry of Education informing them of some complications in the app that needs to be investigated before it can be launched. But Nicole had actually said that that would not happen. So he is asking Teacher Nicole whether Nicole has really done what the mayor told her to do. Nicole says that she cannot do that. Therefore, she reminds Nicole that it is a legal responsibility for Nicole as a citizen to obey the leader. So he believes that, of course, this is a form of a threat, that Nicole should actually obey what Mayor Mosi told her to do. So during the arrest, again comes up with some other threats that Teacher Nicole's mobile phone was found at a scene of murder. These are fabrications, and Nicole tells them the same, that these are fabrications to besmirch her name, and is not going actually to allow such fabrications on her name. Now, he falsely accused Nicole that her mobile phone was actually found at the scene of murder. Of course, all those are fabrications. He also accuses Nicole for being strong-willed, for being that she can never be a school teacher. So to him, it is like when you are strong-willed, then you might impart some wrong information to the students that you're teaching. But of course, all these we know are just threats to make Nicole to dance to their tune. Now in Act 3, Scene 3, we meet Bembe at the Majingo Golf Club in the junk room with Mayor Mosi. Of course, this is where he tells Mayor Mosi of his impending death because of the many accusations that have been leveled against him, abuse of office, and of course things like gangsterism, and even other things like drug trafficking. So all these things have been accusations against Bembe, and he tells Mosi that he feels that his time has actually come. So there are a lot of information that we need to get to track down on a character if we have actually to give substantive evidence. Remember, the questions will most likely revolve around characters, and therefore the candidate needs to be aware of the background information about any character. So I believe this helps us to track down the character of Inspector Bembe. Thank you very much, and continue being our guest. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do so, because we have so much for you that will help during this season of the revision.